Hello, in this video, we're going to look at the procedural representation of environment. This is from chapter 2, an example from chapter 2. So I'll go to this repository. I'm going to click on chapter 2, examples. I'm going to scroll down to the procedural representation. So environment is this data structure, or it's a function that, given a name, we can find its value, right? In the last video, we looked at the data structure representation. Now we're going to see that the same, we can use procedures to represent environment, and as long as we present the same interface, the client code, the code that uses our definition, shouldn't need to change. Okay, so it boils down to three procedures. One is called environment, empty environment, extend environment, and apply environment, right? Two of them are constructors. We build or extend an existing environment, and then we build environment, we create environment by extending the environment gradually, one step at a time, starting from an empty environment, right? Those are constructors. And then we have one observer called apply environment. Given a name, it's gonna look it up in our environment and report an error if it's not defined at all. And then we have the same test case. We have the examples. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this code and put it in my editor. Okay, so we're gonna walk through this together. So here is a comment, is reminder. Our environment now is viewed as a procedure, okay, a function. It maps a variable to its scheme value. Okay, so and because that our test case is okay, we're gonna treat it differently. So here are the three procedures we need. One is an empty environment. So when it takes no argument and give us environment, give us a procedure actually, and not a data structure anymore. And for the extended environment, given a variable and its value and the saved environment, we're going to get another environment, which is another procedure. And then for apply environment, given the environment, which is a procedure, and a variable, we're going to find its corresponding value. Okay, so now how do we make the environment a procedure? So here, empty environment is a procedure, but its body, okay, what it returns is another lambda, which is a procedure. So when this procedure is called with a search variable, we're going to report an error, right? So this is a procedure, why it's called procedural representation. The environment, every environment is a procedure. Of course, when it's applied, we need to pass the search variable, right? So the procedure can look up things for us. So for extending environment, it's a similar. Extending environment itself is a procedure, but it produces another procedure, which is a representation, which represents the environment. And then environment is intended to be applied, right? So this procedure should take a search variable, and we're going to search through the environment to find the value for this variable. Okay, here's an important observation. So when we produce this lambda, this procedural representation of this extended environment, we have the parameter, but then we also have some free variables. Okay, so they're not defined in this scope, but they are defined, they are actually parameters we get when we call extended environment. So we get through the parameter to the extended environment. So this free variables, when this lambda is applied, when we apply this environment, result environment, well, this can be we need to resolve those references, right? So turn out that in scheme, when you define a lambda like this, what you get is actually closure. You get the lambda, the procedure, but also a environment associated with the in which this procedure is defined. So in that environment, we're going to have something called saved variable, something called saved val, something called a saved environment. So this should be available, and there's no problem finding those. And then the apply environment does something really, actually, yes, this this procedure is going to, when it's applied, it's going to take the search variable and try to find it, right? So if it matches this saved variable, then the value is just saved value. Otherwise, we're going to call apply environment to look for the search variable in the saved environment. Okay, so for the apply environment, it's a procedure, right? Given the environment and the search variable, we're gonna do the search. Well, since the environment is a procedure, so we just apply this procedure followed by the search variable, right? So if you run this test, you're gonna get exactly the same result as before, but now the environment representation has changed completely, right? As you can see, we represent the procedure, the environment as procedures. So now if you run this and then print out the environment, it's gonna say just the procedure. Okay, so that's it, and hope this is helpful to you.